30 years, right?
Right.
Have you ever thought that maybe you were lost?
No.
Well, how do you know that you're walking in the right direction?
I walk by faith, not by sight.
What does that mean?
It means that you know something even if you don't know something.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to make sense. It's faith. It's faith. It's the flower of light in the field of darkness is giving me the strength to carry on. You understand?
Is that from your book?
No, it's Johnny Cash, live to post from prison.
What?
Shalom, peoples. We give all honor and all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, in these last days. And when I say this, the last days, I truly mean it. All right, this is WFI Los Angeles. Shalom, shalom. This is going to be a quick video. It's not going to be long at all. I just wanted to touch on the dream that I had last night, and then a separate dream that I had about 2 years ago, which was in 2022, October 11th. So I'm just going to speak on these specific dreams that I had, one last night and that other 2022. Because really, I don't get dreams. You know, I don't have the gift of dreams like that. But when I do get them, I kind of record them in my mind. Sometimes I don't remember, sometimes I do. You know, so I would pray for the spirit of remembrance. But this one is real short. So basically, let me put a precept out real quick. All right, this is Job chapter 4 and verse 13. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falls upon man, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. So basically, the dream that I had, I felt like, I'm not sure if it was in Jacob's trouble or not, but through the spirit, it did feel like it was a hostile environment. I'll say that. It was very hostile. All right, and I'm gonna do the one I just did or just dreamed about last night. Because when I was sleeping, all right, so I went to sleep. Don't know exact time I went to sleep. The sun was down though for sure. And when I went to sleep, I woke up in a dream. When I woke up in this dream, I was on the road. First I started in the city, and then I was on the road. By the time I hit the road, I don't know who I was in the car with, but it was like at least 3 people in there. In the midst of us driving to Lord knows where, every car ended up stopping on the road. Now there was a few cars like around us, but every car everywhere stopped on the road. You know, and when the car stopped, I knew that was something. Like literally every car stopped, like just stopped, you know. So every car stopped, and then we ended up going into this specific room. But there was a reason why we stopped, and I didn't even realize it. But you know, there was like roadblocks ahead with, you know, different government, military and things of that nature. But I believe the car was stopped by, you know, the government, because everybody's car stopped, and like in the midst of them driving, every car that was around just stopped. So we get out the car, we end up going into this area. Now there was houses there, so it wasn't like no open road, but there was it was more land than houses though, I would say. And so we end up going into that house, but it was just like a spirit, man. It was a spirit that felt real heavy. And it wasn't like a spirit of, you know, strength and power. It was a spirit of fear, man. Like heavy fear everywhere. You know, it was super dark around. You know, the clouds were super thick. You know, and like I said, up ahead the road, there was roadblocks with the military. So that was one part. It was two sections of the dream I had. That was one part. Then I woke up inside another dream right after that, and that dream was more intense than the one that specific dream. Like I said, this ain't no long video. It's a real short one. So this video, this one was all right. So basically, hey, brothers were being hunted, and I felt the intensity of being hunted, man. That was the first time I felt like, you know, and when I say brothers, I mean brothers that's in this thing. It felt like it was like personal hunting. Like people, whoever these men and these individuals was, they knew everything about us already. You know how we move, what we do. You know, and it was like personal hunting. It was people hunting us, man. You know, and yeah, we was being hunted around that time. So I was just like, you know, I kind of woke me up on my dream that one. You know what I'm saying? It was the last right before I woke up. It was a few brothers that we ended up meeting somewhere, and it was a room, but this one looked kind of like a factory though. It looked like a factory where I was at, and I just know that, like I said, I just know at that point, brothers was being hunted, man, and you felt it. You felt like you was being hunted, you know, and it was like a personal attack. So hey, which like I said, man, it's just a dream that I had. Um, we don't know the Most High's full plans. We only know in detail through the scriptures, and we also know that persecution is coming, right? And matter of fact, this was one of the scriptures that popped up when I did wake up. Well, actually, a few scriptures. It was Job 4, the one I just read, Job 4:15 or 14 and 15. Joel chapter 2:28. The men will have dreams and visions. But also, as far as with the hunting, man, because like I said, man, brothers being hunted. It was a time where brothers being hunted, like we was damn dog or we was damn lions or something, being watched the whole time. All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And then there's just real quick, man, nothing matters when all hell breaks loose, man. The only thing that's going to matter is God himself, man, Yahweh himself. Everything we seek for today is really vanity, man, because when all hell breaks loose, none of that stuff you're going to be worried about. We all going to be worried about surviving. So, like I said, this ain't no long video at all. I just wanted to put this out real quick. Spirit kind of touched me on it. But also, I wanted to also get another vision, or not Salaki, it was a dream. And this was in 2022, October 11th. And October 8th was a situation I had got into that same year. And the Most High spared me on that. But it was definitely a heavy situation. And in the midst of that, the Most High gave me a specific dream as well that made me get up and go out, to the highways and byways and do this work. So let me pull this out. All right, so this is another dream, and then we done from here. But this dream was a chariot dream. That's why I put dreams of Jacob, trouble, and chariots. This was a unique dream right here. All right, I don't know. I remember because I was injured around this time. So I was laying on, I was on my bed for like a few days. And you know, the Most High. After I got, like I said, after I had this dream, I was pumped up. All right, so this dream was in October 11, 2022, and it was a dream about a chariot. It was a humongous chariot who the world calls UFOs today. And I looked up. Well, first let me set the scene up. I was in a desert. It was a desert area. Nobody was there. Nobody was there at all. I was in a desert area, and it was a massive chariot and hovering over the sky. And I looked up, and you know, I didn't know what to think. I'm just looking at it. I was kind of amazed at it. And as I look up, you know, I didn't have nothing. There was nothing. I was literally almost outside of my shirts and the shirt I had on and the clothes. Outside of that, I didn't have nothing at all. So I look up, and there was a chariot, you know, so-called UFO, what the world called today, and it dropped something from a distance. It didn't pick me up at all. It dropped something and it kept going. I'm like, what the hell? So I run over there. It took a while to get over there because it was some ways. I run over there, and it was like a bag, but it didn't look like no gym bag. It looked like some type of bag. So I opened the bag, and when I opened the bag, hey, everything I need was in there. I don't even know what was in there, but the moment I opened that bag, it felt like everything I need was in there, man. Everything and everything I can think of, man. Like I could just look in the bag, and literally everything in there was exactly what I needed to survive. So then when I look up, that chariot was gone. And then out of nowhere, I don't know if this was probably like some folly that just came into the dream. Out of nowhere, it was like a short, pale faced midget. I don't say midget, but he's very short. He grabs the bag. He looked weird. He looked totally weird. He grabs the bag and he runs. And I start chasing him. And then once I took hold of the bag, you know, he kind of disappeared, and I wake up and stuff. So yeah, you know, so yeah, that's those are two dreams. Those are two separate dreams I had. And like I said, I really don't get dreams like that. So when I do, I try to record those that when they do pop up, if it makes sense, because you know a lot of dreams is there's a bunch of folly in your head, and stuff you seen on TV, probably something you ate. But sometimes the Most High will put something in your mind while you sleep, and make you feel some type of way, like and you'll remember it. That's another thing. When you get dreams and you remember them, and they still in your head after a year or 2 years ago, then that's probably most likely something that the Most High stared in your spirit. All right, and as far as with that, you know, I really didn't understand what that really was, but you know, through observation of the scriptures, hey man, the Lord gonna provide. The Lord gonna provide for His saints, man. That's what I kind of got out of it. Whether that was about me personally or just you know brothers and sisters that's out here, you know, and the Lord gonna protect us, man. You know, but you know we have to stay mindful of the things we're doing in these last days, man. Get all pride away from us. Run from pride. Run from vanity. Let me pull this precept out. You know, we want to make sure we are fully innocent in the eyes of the Lord, man. Because I feel we all know judgment gonna come on the saints first. This is Proverbs chapter 30. Give me a second. Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 6. It says, "Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar." Right? We don't want to be found liars in that day. You know, we want to be found adding to the word, taking the word. We don't want to be finding ourselves adding man's tradition. We don't want to be found ourselves adding anything to the Lord or taking away anything from the word of the Most High. And that's also Deuteronomy 4 and 2. Verse 7. 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. And that's what we, in these last days, we want to always keep our minds on that. Being removed from any vanity and lies in our minds, any deception that tries to, tries to sit in your mind and kind of, make his preeminence over your thoughts, man. Don't be overthrown by your thoughts. That's another thing. Don't be overthrown by your mind in these times we live in, man. Don't let pride overtake you. I'm talking. Hey, when I'm throwing that sword, I'm hitting that sword right back in my neck, because that it's a double-edged sword of the word. So whatever you putting out is going to hit you first, man. So, I'm most definitely talking to myself. Hypocrisy, any hypocrisy in us, we want to make sure we empty that out as well. Any pride, any arrogancy, vainglory, seeking any preeminence, man. All that stuff don't matter, man, at all. One more precept, it was another scripture that came to mind about that in Mark chapter 10. The Lord was telling all the disciples, man, don't y'all worried about positions, man. You need to worry about, being a servant to the sheep, because that's more important. Man, like David said, man, I'd rather be like a door monitor in the kingdom of heaven, man. Man, I'd rather be out. I'd rather be out there in the outside of the kingdom, or inside of the kingdom, just a door monitor, a janitor, man, just sweeping up the gold of the dust of the gold, man, sweeping up diamonds. I'm serious, man. Like, that's what we should be looking for, really to serve and just want to see Salaki. Want to see the Most High's work. Want to see the Most High work at hand, man. That's most important. So this is Mark chapter 10, real quick, and I'm pretty much done. Well, let's start at 35. Mark 10, 35. And it reads, and James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came unto him, saying, Master, we would that thou should do for us whatsoever we shall desire. Right? And that's all of this even telling the Lord that. But, verse 36, and he said unto them, what will ye that I should do for you? They said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit, one on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. So these two disciples of the Lord, they wanted to sit. They was worried. They was fixed on the kingdom. It's good to, keep your eyes on the kingdom. Seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all things be added to you. Hey, that's perfectly fine. The Lord wants us to do that. But to seek preeminence of something that is not even prepared for you, or even if it is prepared for you, man, seeking, preeminence ain't, it's not on God's agenda for us, man. That's going the wrong path, man. That's why when Saul, we about to do a video on Saul, the house of Saul versus the house of David. So I'm not going to even speak on that, but let me continue. It says, they said unto him, grant unto us that we may sit, one on thy right hand and the other on thy left hand in thy glory. But Yahushua said to them, you know not what ye ask. Can ye drink of the cup that I drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? And they said unto him, we can. Yahushua said to them, ye shall indeed drink of the cup that I drink of, and with the baptism that I am baptized withal shall be baptized. Right? And we have drunk that cup. Yahushua, he was, so to speak, he was our chaser. So we won't take that whole drink raw like that, like the nations are about to get. All right. But nevertheless, man, we drank that cup during slavery. Hey, the disciples themselves, they drunk that cup, during, their persecutions and things of that time. Right. But look what the Lord says. Verse 40. But to sit on my right hand and on my left hand is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared for. Right. So ultimately, man, as we thriving to be, to make our election sure and thriving to be that chosen vessel of the Most High, we have to have a mindset as how the Lord said, those that's great, they will think like this rather than think like 42. Let's read 42. This is how, the world thinks. Verse 42. But Yahushua called them to him and said unto them, ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. So that's the world. The world like to, be authority over people, govern over people with a strong arm, rulership, preeminence, puffed up, that all that stuff. That's the world, man. We're not the world, man. We are the world of Israel, right? And the world of Israel is a king of priests, a kingdom of priests. 43. But so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister. And I don't even know how I got over here, but at the end of the day, I wanted to, maybe that was a spirit, man. Let me just keep going. 42. And whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. Right? So that's, I don't know, Spirit just kind of led me there because, that's what it was. At the end of the day, as we move into these times of Jacob trouble, despair, different judgments going to be starting with the house of Israel on down to the nations. Lord, we want to make sure, our hands is clean, our minds is clear to think, and that we don't got no specific, iniquities or hypocrisy that the Lord can point out, in that day. If you do got to point something out, let it be pointed out right now, that it won't be pointed out in that day. And that day can be clean hands there. So I'll leave it with that. But hey, Shalom, all the saints, all the Most High, stay, focused, prayed up, Shalom.